Okay, you saw the photos, that's our number ones, but before we discuss why those soundtracks are number one, we got a couple honorable mentions that we like to name that we didn't put on our list that are honorable mentions.
Yes.
I'll give the floor to you, Bob.
All right, well, I have a few honorable mentions that I did not put on the list that were close to making it, but didn't make it. Of course, you mentioned Footloose, Dirty Dancing, of course. Can't go wrong with Good Burger.
No.
Because that's probably... No, it's one of my favorite soundtracks when I was growing up. I actually won that from a contest, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about the contest.
Yeah, from Nickelodeon. I won it from Nickelodeon. Let's see. Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam.
Can't go wrong, Space Jam. Let's see, what else? What are some other good soundtracks? Shoot, what am I thinking of? Top of my head. Oh, Batman Forever. There we go. Batman Forever. Yeah, great soundtrack. And, yeah, of course, all the Beatles ones. Help, Magical Mystery Tour, Yellow Submarine, and Let It Be. So, yeah, those are my honorable mentions. What about you, Mr. Newcock?
My honorable mentions are, I got a couple. The ones that are already on your list, but they're on my honorable mentions list. Forrest Gump, Good Burger, Top Gun, Ghostbusters. You're going to laugh at me for this, but Cats. Yeah, I said Cats.
Achoo!
Thank you.
I'm allergic.
Also, Can't Buy Me Love and Space Jam.
Mm-hmm.
But for our number one picks, you saw the photos, but we're going to explain why. I'll let you go first, partner, before I give a whole rant about, well, not a rant, but a good rant.
No, you go first.
Okay, me go first.
I insist.
Obviously, my number one, it's obvious because Putnam got it right on the nose. My number one favorite of all time is Saturday Night Fever.
Boom.
I am a huge ass Bee Gees fan for sure. I mean, some of the great songs that I'm talking about earlier. Staying Alive, well, he said Staying Alive, How Deep Is Your Love, Jive Talking, More Than a Woman, Night Fever. Pretty much all the songs, Yvonne Elliman, who did If I Can't Have You. I've also liked the song Boogie Shoes, Casey and the Sunshine, Open Sesame, Kool and the Gang, the Manhattan Skyline, I think that was an instrumental piece, Night on Disco Mountain. I mean, I can pretty much name all of them, but the whole soundtrack, I love every single song on the soundtrack. I mean, it's a perfect 10 out of 10 for sure. It's a phenomenal soundtrack for sure. I mean, the movie's phenomenal. Little controversial scenes, but you know what? I don't give two shits. It's a great movie, great soundtrack, and it is definitely the word masterpiece in my book. For sure, Saturday Night Fever #1. All right, Putnam, what is your number one pick?
Well, my number one is also a masterpiece. Oh, the, I believe it's the website AllMusic, has this album a perfect 5 out of 5. And in my opinion, it is a perfect 5 out of 5. Dun dun dun. It is the best soundtrack of all time. Because when I was growing up, my mom, when she was in her car, she always used to play this soundtrack. She always used to play this soundtrack. Every single freaking day almost. It was either that or Hall & Oates. So, yeah. It's true. It was either that or Hall & Oates. But yeah, my number one is The Big Chill. Now, you said something about you haven't seen, what was it, Jerry Maguire?
Yeah,
you hadn't seen, you heard the soundtrack, but you hadn't seen the movie?
Yeah.
I fall in the same category, I guess, because I have never seen The Big Chill. I've seen, I've never seen I've never seen the movie. I've heard the soundtrack. The soundtrack is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Let me run down the track list, okay? Now, you start out, side one. You got Marvin Gaye's I've Heard It Through the Grapevine. Awesome freaking song. You got The Temptations' My Girl. Woo.
Can't go wrong with
You can't go wrong with that. You got the Young Rascals, Good Lovin'.
1, 2, 3, good love.
Yeah. The Miracles, The Tracks of My Tears with Smokey Robinson. Can't beat that. Three Dog Night, Joy to the World, which is also on the Forrest Gump soundtrack.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Exactly. Another Temptations song, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. Sweet darling, please don't leave me, girl. Yeah. You got Aretha Franklin, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, which was a girl power song back in the day. You got another Smokey Robinson song, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, I Second That Emotion. There's another good song. You got probably the weakest song on the weekend. You got Procol Harum. I think I'm saying that right. Harum. Harum. Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know, but anyways.
Procol Harum, a whiter shade of pale. That's probably the weakest song on the soundtrack, but it was still okay. And last but certainly not least, track number 10, The Exciters Tell 'Em. Yeah. Awesome freaking soundtrack. Best of the best. In my opinion, it is the best of the best. Every song on the album is kick-ass. That is why the Big Chill soundtrack is my number one favorite movie soundtrack of all time.
Wonderful. Right on.
Wow.
That is going to have to put the icing on the cake for this little shindig of an episode that we did for day number 15 of Video Every Day in October. But anyways, for question of the day.
Oh yes, question of the day.
My question of the day is, you don't have to give me a top 10, but what is your number one favorite music soundtrack? Your number one all-time favorite? He said The Big Chill, I said Saturday Night Fever, but what is your number one favorite music soundtrack of all time? Just leave a comment below telling me or Putnam what your favorite music soundtrack is.
That was going to be my question of the day.
You can use it too, I don't care.
Alright, well, we'll use the same freaking question. Just do what he said.
Apparently, what is your favorite music soundtrack of all
What
time?
is it? Let us know down below.
Yes. But anyways, I already said my closings. Do you have anything more you want to say?
This was fun. We should definitely do these more often.
Yes, we should.
Who knows? Maybe we will.
Maybe we will. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe indeed.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's got the putting the icing on the cake for mine. So please subscribe for more funny games. Ciao for now.
And until tomorrow, this is Apis and I saying peace out, baby. See you guys for day 16.